What is up there? Welcome to a brand new video on 414 Anime. In today's video, we will be explaining Dragon Slayer magic from the Fairy Tail series. Dragon Slayer magic is easily one of the most recognizable magic types in Fairy Tail, due to the fact that popular characters such as series protagonist Natsu Dragneel, fan favorite Laxus, Must Protect Wendy, and powerhouses such as Gargiel use it. Today we are going to break down what Dragon Slayer magic is, how it is used, the history of Dragon Slayer magic, and more, so strap in for today's epic Fairy Tail video. Now before we get into the video, make sure to smash that like button as it really helps me out a lot. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll be notified when new Fairy Tail videos go live on the channel. And of course there will be spoilers, so you have been warned. Anyway, grab yourself a beverage, let's roll intro and get straight into the video. So what is Dragon Slayer magic? Well, it is a mixture of different types, being, a caster type, ancient spell, and lost magic. Dragon Slayer magic is wielded by both the ferocious dragons and of course the Dragon Slayers. Now, Dragon Slayer magic is the only way to kill a dragon, or even just to hurt them for that matter. Dragons are extremely powerful and are pretty much unaffected by any other forms of magic, if they weren't already terrifying enough, right? Dragon Slayer magic allows the user to transform their own physical body into that of a dragon. Each user of this magic has their own element. Natsu's being fire, of course, Gargiel's is iron, Wendy's is sky, well, air or wind in this case, and so on. Now, this magic allows them to wield their element for both offense and defense, and they are immune to the effects of their respective element, even if it is greater in power. One of the most unique and, in my opinion, interesting and cool things about Dragon Slayer magic is the fact that they can consume their element from external sources to replenish any strength that they had previously lost. Though it is important to note that they can't replenish their lost strength with the element that they themselves have produced, otherwise they'd technically just have infinite power, which would be kinda broken. On the topic of element consumption, there have been cases in which a Dragon Slayer has consumed elements other than their own. This has allowed them to combine both elements inside their own body and utilize it to either increase their own ability or to greatly enhance their destructive attacks. Only a few Dragon Slayers have actually managed to pull this ability off, with that being Natsu in the Tenru Island arc in the battle against Hades, where Laxus transferred his lightning powers to Natsu so that he could enter his lightning fire dragon mode. Then there was Gargiel in the Grand Magic Games arc in his battle against Rogue, where he eats Shadow's shadow in order to enter his hype Iron Shadow Dragon mode. We have also seen future Rogue use his White Shadow Dragon mode in his fight against Natsu again in the Grand Magic Games arc, and then Natsu again has done this using his Black Fire Dragon mode in the anime-only Eclipse Celestial Spirits arc in his fight against Leo. Now, the ultimate and final state that a Dragon Slayer can achieve is called Dragon Force. This grants them the power that is comparable to a real dragon, which is said to be the power to utterly destroy everything. Dragon Force greatly enhances the Dragon Slayer's spell damage, as well as giving them access to more powerful and advanced attack spells. Their prowess, speed, and magic power are all significantly boosted when Dragon Force is achieved. In this advanced ability, their appearance also undergoes a change. Their skin becomes scaly like that of an actual dragon, turning them into a sort of humanoid dragon, if you will. Their canines also become longer and sharper. Now, the conditions in which a first-generation Dragon Slayer can achieve Dragon Force is currently unknown. We only know that it can be done via training, whereas a third-generation Dragon Slayer can enter Dragon Force at will. Now, for all of its might, there is a drawback to using Dragon Slayer magic in the fact that overuse of the magic will eventually turn that user into an actual dragon themselves. This is caused by their dragon seed beginning to sprout, to which this process is known as dragonization. The only way to stop this change is for a dragon to enter the body of that Dragon Slayer via a secret art, and then that dragon sleeping there for enough time to create antibodies, ensuring that that Dragon Slayer will not turn into a dragon. However, in this process, a Dragon Slayer can still temporarily dragonize, becoming half human and half dragon. So, before we look into how one becomes a Dragon Slayer, I feel this would be a great time for a quick history lesson into the origins of Dragon Slayer magic. So, it was revealed to us in the Grand Magic Games arc, episode 176, chapter 301, in case you wanted to know. This was when Wendy managed to summon the spirit of Zirconis using her Sky Dragon spell, Milky Way. We found out that it was during the Dragon King festival over 400 years ago that Dragon Slayer magic was first conceived. The dragons at the time had split into two separate factions. One side supported a world of peace living side by side with the humans, and then there was the other side who were completely against this. They saw themselves as the almighty power that should rule over the world. Now, the two sides were at a constant war with one another, with no side ever besting the other. This constant stalemate pushed the faction who fought for coexistence with the humans to pull off a very, very risky move. This move was to teach their special dragon magic to the humans. Now, this did shift the war in their favor, but the dragons miscalculated the greed of humans who desire power above all else. Some of the humans who had been taught this magic were seen not only slaying the enemy dragons, but allied dragons too. This wretched act earned humans who wielded this power the title of Dragon Slayers. With said history lesson done, there are 5 different natural ways in which a human can become a Dragon Slayer that are separated into generations, and also one unnatural way. So the natural ways would be first to be taught Dragon Slayer magic by an actual dragon themselves. Those that were taught this way are referred to as first generation Dragon Slayers. So the obvious examples are Natsu, who was taught Fire Dragon Slayer magic by Igneel, Wendy, who was taught Sky Dragon magic by Grandini, and Gargiel, who was taught Iron Dragon Slayer magic by Metallicana. The second generation Dragon Slayers are not taught their magic by a dragon themselves, but instead have a dragon lacrima implanted into their bodies. Laxus of Fairy Tail and Cobra from the now disbanded Orasian Cease are second generation Dragon Slayer examples here. The next way in which a human can learn Dragon Slayer magic is actually a combination of the first two methods, in which they were both taught how to use their magic by a dragon themselves, as well as having a dragon lacrima implanted into their bodies. These are called third generation Dragon Slayers, and it was both Sting and Rogue of Sabertooth who were the examples of this method. The fourth way a human can become a Dragon Slayer is if they are actually self-taught in the magic, which is an insane feat if accomplished that way. And the final and fifth natural way is kind of creepy in the fact that the 5th generation Dragon Slayers obtained their magic by eating a dragon's flesh or an actual dragon slayer, with Kyria and Mad Mole from the Dragon Eating Guild of Diablos as a couple of examples here. The unnatural way that we mention is by using a Dragon Slayer seal. This is an enchantment that will give the person it is cast upon temporary Dragon Slayer effectiveness. When this enchantment is in use, that person's guild mark will change to a lighter color as well as looking more dragon-like in terms of its design. And there we go, that was Dragon Slayer magic explained. Dragon Slayer magic is absolutely fascinating, and there are definitely aspects of it that I'd like to explore in a bit more detail. Dragon Force, for example. If this video can hit 1,000 likes, I will put out a video covering that in more detail, looking into specific characters' effects, as well as going into more detail on how it affects the different generations of Dragon Slayers. Now, while you wait for more fairy tale content to drop on the channel, make sure to click the video link here to see a video where I look into Urza Scarlet's best requips. Until then, I'll see you soon. Peace!